Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. This is Cillian Witch. My name is Alicia Ray, and today I thought we'd take a little bit of time to lighten up. With everybody still doing a lot of sheltering in place and trying to keep the kids entertained and busy, you're probably bringing out your board games. I thought that I would share a little history of one of the world's probably most favorite board game ever, Candyland. In 1948, a school teacher from San Diego named Eleanor Abbott herself contracted polio, and she was in the hospital with kids and saw them in the iron lungs and in the rehab units trying to get well, and thought that she might be able to contribute to their experience and make it a little bit better. So she drew up this sweet little board game and gave it to the kids to play in the hospital. And they loved it so much that the children and their families encouraged her to submit the game to Milton Bradley. At the time, Milton Bradley's main product line was school products, and in 1949, they purchased the game from Eleanor and published it so that kids all over could have the game to play. One special little detail that she did as a tribute to the children with polio was to put a leg brace on the little boy at the starting line of the game. Candyland is 72 years old, and we would like to thank Eleanor Abbott for her contribution in a time of illness and community quarantine, much like we're going through today, for keeping the kids busy and happy and making it a little brighter for everyone. I came across this story called Car Parade, and it is basically a Facebook post written by a woman named Tara Blazing, and she tells about how she got herself into a car parade. I'm going to read it to you. Oh my God, you guys, let me tell you how my day is going. This morning, a Facebook friend shared an event post for a car cruise lining up at the school just to drive around the town and have some fun. Everyone is welcome, it said. Sure, being cooped up with 5 kids under the age of 10 can be a little claustrophobic, so I went ahead and hit the interested button. I pile 3 of my 5 kids into the car, leaving the oldest and youngest at home, and hopefully to give my husband Scott a little peace and quiet. And we head out to the elementary school where the event is said to line up. I can see a bunch of cars parked in the U-shaped parking lot, so I hang a right and pull in, some in front of me, someone behind me. In other words, now I'm committed to the situation. It's then that I notice that every single car there is either some sort of a hot rod, muscle car, vintage, or really super fancy car. In other words, I've just signed myself up to participate in a car rally in my basic soccer mom style Chrysler Town and Country with kids in the back in costumes. Do you see that? So like any normal person, I awkwardly pull into a parking spot to appear that I totally meant to be there, and spent the next 10 minutes until the parade started, avoiding eye contact with anyone and everyone, trying to plot my escape. Of course, kids were super excited and adorably ignorant to the fact that one of these cars doesn't belong here, and I didn't have the heart to tell them they weren't going to be in the parade after all. So I put on my big girl pants, held my head high, and the kids and I spent the next hour driving through our small town, smiling, waving, and laughing at faces that smiled, waved, and laughed right back, and no doubt wondered why my swagger wagon was keeping this kind of company. So if your day isn't going great, just remember, at least you didn't accidentally sign yourself up for a classic road rally in a minivan. P.S. Did I mention the kids were dressed up in Halloween costumes? That's my kind of luck. That's my kind of luck. Lastly, I have a great story from my friend Anne. She's a senior citizen, and um, she shared this really, really wonderful exchange that she had with a couple different people in the last week and a half. She says, I got to tell you about an awesome thing that happened to me. My girlfriend, who has a beautiful home, asked me the other day if I knew anyone who needed a couch. I told her I could use one, My two recliners are getting pretty beat, so she and her husband brought over a beautiful, almost new couch with recliners on each end, and I got to put my two recliners on the Facebook Marketplace for sale. Well, the girl that came to buy my recliners was in the Air Force over at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa. She was very sweet and brought her two mates with her. It was very refreshing to have company, and we got to chat for a bit. The very next day, all three of them showed up with bags of groceries and paper products for me and said if I ever needed anything, just to ask. They want to come back and landscape my yard and put in plants and stuff, and I told them that I would cook them a homemade dinner. I felt like I was sent two daughters and a son since my own two sons suck. I am excited, so excited. Two girls and a guy serving our United States Air Force away from home and looking to help a senior citizen. Weeping as well. Can you even imagine what started over a couch that my friend wanted to get rid of? Wow. Just a few days ago, these kids came by and brought me some Mother's Day flowers. My heart is filled with such love. I haven't had a Mother's Day gift in 8 years. What a great way for people who need each other and needing some young people in her life and some young people needing the opportunity to do some service and take care of somebody in need. Thank you, Anne, for sharing your story with me. And lastly, I have a little meme here from my friend Abby that says, the planet doesn't need more successful people. The planet desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kind. Never underestimate the impact your kindness has on another person. You are enough to create a change where change is needed. You are enough to bring light, love, healing, and hope where there is a deficit. Be bold, be fearless, be loud, embrace each other. Each and every one of you are the reason that life matters. The world needs you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling a little lighter and have had a little bit of laughter come your way. Take care, and I'll see you next time.